Card Game Federation here with a wild time had by all. This is going to be the Grand Kai event 2022. This is going to be round one. This is going to be my buddy James going up against Zach's Black Mischievous. I'm going to be lighting a lot of beefs over this particular event, mostly because of the stupefyingly consistently the same decks that were being played. So Zach over here is going to go ahead and open up with a cautious move. He's going to end combat. He's going to rejuvenate. He's going to go over to James. Now, one thing we should probably mention that James took about 6 months off from the game. Life hit him pretty hard, and he ended up needing a lot of time and a lot of effort in a short amount of time to get his deck into shape. He might have had like the equivalent of Gotenks going in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber coming out Super Saiyan 3 as far as how much work went in, how quick. Now, James is going to go ahead and do a wise move. It looks like he's going to go ahead and do Sweeping Blast. There we go. And he's going to go ahead and actually score a small hit on Zach early on, turning off turning off the non-style cards, which is a fantastic move. No, with no drills to rejuvenate. No, it doesn't do that. Just standard energy attack. Okay, and he's going to open up with a Mischievous, and this is where the reality of going in with a small hand is going to go ahead and backfire just a bit. Zach's going to go ahead and use, there we go, and that's the one that would have hurt the most because that's the one he could just keep on throwing for free and get some nice damage in. Yeah, this might not have been the best combat to go in on. Okay, and then he's going to go ahead and hit him with a Destructo Disc. Now, the thing is, old Zach over there has no anger to protect, so James would actually have been better off having... Oh, he does get, of course, the Mischievous, destroy, draw, that sort of thing. So draw, then destroy.
You get to draw another card, which will give me another anger.
Yeah, but I don't think Zach's all that worried with these, like we said, staggering, stupefying anger gain of the Super Vegeta build is really going to worry about it at all. See, there you go. See, he wicked off that damage without even caring because he needed, like we said, his anger is how he's going to do this. So, good old Destructo Disc goes away. James draws a card off the prevention, and then it's back over to Zach's action. Is it? What's going on here? Okay.
Let's go ahead and...
he's got a 2-anger swing in his hand. Watch.
So it's going to be AT plus 4, because I'm adding plus 1.
Okay, that promo image is not ringing a bell. That looks like...
7 on 780. So that puts me at E to D, so it's 2 plus 4, so 6.
Not recognizing it at all.
Alright, then I double my anger, so...
There you go. Must be chin kick. There you go. So a 2-anger swing. Nice. And it's going to go back over. Joey, I hope you're watching this because this is what we're talking about. This level of BS should not be allowed to exist. Okay, he's going to hit him with another Sweeping Blast. It's obviously free given the two things of 18's power and the mastery. It's going to do a minor amount of damage. Again, wicked right the F off. And then it's going to go to an easy level up on Zach's. I can't even fault Zach all that much, actually. In this whole affair, it's actually more James having forced this combat. It does a small amount of damage to James. Aura Drill, it's worth just taking the damage. You're not protecting any anger or anything. There's no reason not to just take the hit. He's going to throw her level 1. I think... Oh, no, okay. The mastery makes it free. So he raises anger 1, he rejuvenates any styled or android card. He's got to remember that.
I can only do 3 cards at a time, but you know what?
Hey, it'll add up.
Yep. And I'm going to rejuve the...
Makes sense to me.
Because,
I would have went with a block.
So let's go ahead and Vegeta punch.
And he's going to throw the level 2 Vegeta. So one of the things, like we said, the game got into a real obsession with multiples of actions in combat, which is fine. It got a little tiresome with the decks that could generate more actions and were going to win more consistently. But most of the Vegetas, it's not like he has like a way to keep drawing cards or some such thing. Doesn't need to. His leveling is going to be quick enough that will generate usually at least 1 extra action per combat. Okay, looks like he's going to go ahead and shuffle in. Looks like a shoulder slam, which of course, like it's stable as staples.
But it's fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing to worry about.
To be fair, I think...
I'm going to say, like we said, forcing this combat was James' only mistake. It wasn't anything else.
Gain 1 anger.
Black Dismissal. So I want you guys to think long and hard about how many actions you've watched Zach carry out this particular combat and how many cards he still has in his hand. Remember, he only had 4 to start with, and how many actions have you seen? A shoulder slam. AT plus 1.
6.
Wonderful.
7. 11.
Yeah. So I was told, a little birdie told me that the Vegeta stack for this particular set was intended to be the equivalent of the Draku stack from set 7. And you guys remember the Reign of Terror? That's a wrestling reference if you might know your wrestling from the 2000s. It was a real Reign of Terror. The game actually got slightly warped out of shape to where some types of cards actually had to be errated solely for interactions with that deck. I think we're on the way to that with this Vegeta stack.
Definitely.
1 through 4. will
Mostly
be
to just
5,
seal off his MPPV capability. Okay,
Physical for 3. So it's right here.
it looks like we are going in with a nice combat. We're getting a card right out the back, off the bat. Oh, and what are the odds it would hit the identical card again? If I was James, I would just throw my level 1 to get it out of the way to get the draw and mill because of Mischievous. So over there, Zach's cruising at 3 anger on level 2 with 3 cards used last combat.
It's no longer floating.
That's
I think we're
that's
gonna
pretty
go
good
ahead
commodity of
and we'll
action.
Start off with the android.
Okay, he's got the right idea.
Anger.
And then he's going to draw a card, mill a card. Ah, there's where the cheap was going to happen.
That's the one thing I want. There's a reason I entered.
Yeah.
But you did throw an attack, so draw a card, mill a card.
Draw a card, mill a card.
Did happen before I played the time, so if you drew a sphere, you can still sphere.
I don't.
We've seen
did
2
not use
go.
sphere.
I mean,
Yep,
maybe
yep.
you're on the 3rd. I don't know.
Did not.
It does take me up to 4 anger.
Yep.
My actions go ahead
Yeah,
and
no
cheat upon
crud.
that
Yeah,
one
look at that
level
stuff.
meditation.
And there we go. Barely any movement, barely any action. Already leveled, got 2 more anger. Already hit level 3. I think this would have been one of those really easy to spot in development things where you're like, wow, I have done like no effort on this deck. I'm just level. Like, you didn't catch that in development? How easy it was? See, any character, any MP that does well in literally any style, they become like the workhorse core of their deck build, which is usually not the end of the world, but that's where your power creep is found. Your power creep is mostly found in these jack-of-all-trade guys. Why do you think Draku worked well in literally everything? That's why, because he didn't really have a focus. He was just a little overbuilt in every way. Could have fixed that one. Level 2 needed to have a mandatory discard. Level 3 needed a hit for that effect. That's it. That's all it took. Vegeta's basically scale everything back by 1. No 2 anger swings, none of that silly stuff. Okay, so James is going to go ahead and use Toss to grab the logical choice, which would be a Destructo Disc because he can do a small amount of damage in the meantime. Reality sets in, though, that without his necessary buffs in play, it's not enough to actually pressure him to do anything. So basically, he has the endurance to deal with anything in there. It would only matter if endurance was off, or not endurance, if he had his buffs out. Endurance would be counterproductive for Destructo Disc. Okay. Hey, Zach's over here. I believe he's resolving his level 3 when you reach this level effect. Hey, I wonder when was the last time James had power stages.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, no, he's using the level 3 power. He's just snagging Final Flash. Wonderful. It's not, like we said, these cards have only been in existence for like 5-6 years. It's not like they're new, but anyway. But interaction, since those cards are so old, you got to think. I don't think, yeah, see, there you go. All of prevention, because he's going to protect that anger.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
You found it. You got there.
Yeah, it got there.
We're going to Mischief.
Okay, good old
Top
Mischief.
5 cards of a player's deck and rearrange them. Banish the top card of your opponent's deck and then gain swing.
Which is fine. Though I would really question this particular one. I don't know why this inclusion would be here. Now, theoretically, you could try to sabotage your opponent by putting a bunch of poop on top of their deck or things they just can't use. But I can't imagine with the liability of it being spherable, it doesn't ever get milled from the top of the deck or any of that stuff. But, wait a minute. Hold up. I hadn't thought about it. I only ever see it in Tien decks. So that little anger raise at the end is actually priceless in this particular build. There it is. Now you watch why that one exists. Another 2 anger swing.
There's another destructor. One.
I think Zach's amused at James trying with all these hurdles against him.
It's only 5. So you're right. There's only 5.
So of course Zach falls into rump first into more more of the endurance, which, like you said, at this point, I would feel like I'm fighting a Saiyan deck with the amount of consistent high-level endurance just flopping out. So I would, if I was James, I'd be like, all right, I need to hang back, worry about my own anger raising and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I want to say that's black combo, so another 2 anger swing, and we're up another 2. Fantastic. He's got another when you reach this level effect, generating more actions that we're all so in love with. Again, how did we get here? Why would this deck exist in this particular condition? Like, I know that it was like, some people really like power playing. I get that. That's neat. I would say to keep the game interesting and varied, we should do our best to stomp out power creep and make sure that things are good without effective without being broken or prone to abuse. And everybody's gonna say, but you could play Vegeta without this. No, you're not gonna play Vegeta without the anger ramp. You're not going to. It's built into every build. We're going to see that throughout the course of this tournament. We're going to see variations of this deck and this idea, but it's the same idea.
Gone. So we'll go ahead and do energy focus.
Well, let's see. He's going to throw an energy focus, which I don't know what he would target at this point.
Other thing that I can throw at you right now at this point.
Oh, there you go. Hey, look! You got the energy focus off. James fought us for that particular energy attack. He did not see the utility of a focused energy. So it's going to blast through time.
So coming in for 6.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6.
I have not seen it, like I said, fall rear end first into endurance. I think the moment I saw this dude start doing that, as soon as I hit him with like 2 attacks and he had endurance that high, yeah, I'm done with trying to hit him with endurance. It is not worth mine or his time.
Yeah. No, but still, black. You know.
Is it? Would you care? I guess those are ones I would say. I don't think he's likely to recur time at all, but the others I suppose I would not want to deal with if I didn't have to. And he's going to Vegeta power, which means he's going to search his deck, but he's still got 2 cards in his hand. Despite all the actions and motions that you guys have seen, 2 cards in his hand. So, yeah, I believe we're still in combat 2. What does that tell you about how one deck can run away with it? It reminds me of the very first days of Awakening Trunks that used to have those 10-minute, 15-minute matches. Good. Just so happens he had some power stages to be able to check out a Final Flash. Wonderful.
6 total. Cool. And it's unpreventable, right?
It can be prevented.
Can be preventable. Okay. 3, 6.
Done and done.
Done and done.
Hey, James finally had a little endurance there.
Into anything we're doing right now.
Okay, so you guys remember everything's going to attack or pass for the remainder of combat.
I can't use this, so we'll just throw it. You know, just
It gets blocked by the time. Yeah. I mean, it's free. Why not, right?
Yeah, it's free. You know.
I wouldn't have done it. He would have magically had a block in his hand for it just to get to the anger. And there, nice. So he got 4 anger with Bear Hug.
Pretty sure.
4.
10, 9, 8, 7, yeah.
And it's, like I said, I can't remember last time James had any stages in this little fight of ours.
There we go. Okay. I pass.
I will also pass.
Okay. So this one goes over to James. James, to my knowledge, will not have anything anti-anger enough.
Watch me do this.
I believe.
I believe.
I would say his best bet, well, obviously, you know, he's going to just enter, use his power, and win. Shoot, I don't think it, well, no, because watch him draw an energy block. Boom, and energy block. Hit it. Hit it. Come on, brother. Oh, well. Wow, that might be the first time I've watched a block fail him at a key moment. That's nuts. And no endurance, so it gets a lower and a crit. Taking it down to 1 anger. No wonder this had about another minute to go in it. I thought I was like, why do we even have another minute? And he's going to go ahead and throw his Vegeta power, and you guys won't believe it. You won't believe the cheapness that you're about to witness. When I used to play Marvel vs. Capcom, when you just did the same move over and over and over and over again, it would give you the little cheese symbol. It would flash for a second at the end of the round. We're about to watch the cheese symbol start flashing. I might make that an image to put in our little videos. Cheese, cheese. So he's got a heroic dashing punch. You guys know this song and dance. Provided he just has enough cards with similar effects roll, he's going to go ahead and cheese him out of this one. And poor James is going to take that hit, and he's Gonna get critted off of it. Not that it matters. He wasn't protecting any anger. So Dashing Punch does its magical bit. There we go. It makes him skip, and then all damage is banished. James can't raise anger. He runs into no significant endurance. Well, no. That was on the first one. Yeah.
Pay 3 for a final flash.
And there it is. Voila!
Holding Sphere since turn 1.
Cheese. So, just so everybody knows, I got really sick of watching these same decks just being played over and over. And you're going to enjoy, you're going to go along with it. You're going to feel my pain.